So today I'm excited to introduce you guys to Ashley Bommarito, who has been one of our first teammates when we started building Caul Group. Welcome, Ashley.
Oh, thank you.
So you've been with us for 8 years, and what's fun is, whenever we get a new agent on the team, I get to meet them and figure out where they're at and then help them grow. And to watch you now 8 years later is I'm just so proud because when I met you, you were moved from Michigan, you were in a new town, just started basically a new job as an admin. And now you're a seasoned agent. You run a team within a team, which we're going to talk about today. It's so important. And you've
Mhm.
just embraced so much of like what we teach here, which is thinking bigger. And you've released a lot of your limiting beliefs. So to watch you, 8 years later, it's like nobody got to see the first Ashley and who you've become and who you're becoming. And so it's just fun. So today I want to talk about why team? Like, why do you stay here? You've been here 8 years, you could leave tomorrow. What is the purpose of it? So that's what we're going to unpack today.
Yeah, and I think even the way that my mindset was when I moved down here is kind of like how you built your business. People see you now and they're like, oh, she's so successful. She's got this big team. They didn't see the 5 hours of you cold calling and sweating and fighting with Kevin, right? It's just like me. It's like agents come in and they just want instant results. And it's like your day one is not my day 2000 or whatever
Right,
we're on now.
right,
So
right.
I think I have to even to not feel braggy or, have a certain stigma of like, yeah, I am producing. Well, it took me 9 years to get there. So it's like, it's not going to be the same for you. So here's what I did. It doesn't all have to be done the same way. And that is one of the things that I love about the team. I've become a leader on the team. And I just want to let agents know you're not in this little box. You can do it more than one way. You can prospect, you can mail, you can, call your sphere. So that's what I'm super passionate about now.
And through our trajectory, we went from Remax to Keller Williams, which were both great companies. And then we decided to go to EXP in 2019. I was at the point where I was burned out and I lost my passion. Whenever you lose passion, you lose motivation. So people say, I feel unmotivated. Well, you probably just don't have passion for what you're doing. And so when we went to EXP, one of the reasons that I went there was for exactly what Ashley's going to show you today. Why do I have to bring agents onto the team and then they feel like they hit a ceiling and they have to leave because they want to grow? And so I'm a growth minded person and I love growing every single day. So this opportunity allowed people like Ashley to continue to grow on the team. And so whenever we do events, the Empower events or events at EXP, she's actually has a presentation that I'm going to actually have her do today because I love that there's slides and we can show you if you want growth, you can grow exponentially on a team and build a team and not have the overhead, the craziness that we have here running a multi-million-dollar company and the risk, really. So let's start the presentation and show them why team and why somebody like you of your caliber continues to stay.
Something that, I'm super passionate about now is just talking about the value of a team. I know the value. I've been here, well, it almost be 9 years in November. And so I was thinking like, what does it mean to me? And for me, it's not what I'm giving up on the team, it's what I'm gaining. And I think so many people come from, well, it's a split and I'm giving this up and I'm losing my sphere and I'm losing myself. And to me, it's about what I'm gaining. I'm just plugging into a new platform. I do this presentation for team leaders, for buyer agents, for people that want to be team leaders. And I always think about someone that inspired me through actually when Tina did her TED Talk. Stephanie was curating the entire TED Talk. And she said, I want you to think about this as a prism and just shift your mind a quarter turn and you see something different. And so that's what I hope to bring to buyer agents and say, hey, or team leaders or someone that wants to get rid of their team. There's another way to do it. There's another platform you can plug into. And if you just have that little prism shift, things might change for you. Again, I'm here to change the narrative. I think joining a team could be the best financial decision you make. We all know the NAR stat, 75% of real estate agents are going to fail within the first year. We see it. We've seen the changes with NAR. And the thing is, you don't have to leave the market. You can just plug into a new platform like a team. And yes, you might give up a little bit of your split, but what else are you gaining and how many more transactions could you push through to keep you in this business? Something that we talk about a lot is you can have ego or you can have money, but you can't have both. So I don't care to put my name on the sign. I want to make sure that I am making money. I'm going through the transactions and I'm just plugging into the team. And I have other things I want to do in life. So I don't need to have it all. What the team has provided me is leads, leadership and leverage. I leverage my transaction coordinators. I have lead flow like a faucet I can turn on and off. And I've been able to become a leader on the team. I'm now one of the coaches on our team, and I'm more formulating a strategy to help people grow their business through conversations and relationships. It doesn't always have to be a training, but I'm there to ask them the hard questions to say, well, why do you want to do this? And why do you want to do that? So that's been something that I love, and I'm excited to continue this year as being a coach on our team. So in 2016 is when I came to Caul Group, and I was a transaction coordinator, and I was actually managing about 120 transactions a year. We only had 2 agents when I first started, then went down to 1. I was the other one of the 2. And then we had about 10 to 20 to 40 to 50. So we scaled very quickly. And so that was something that trained me. I negotiated inspections, appraisals, set up everything for the transaction. Basically, the agent was my showing partner, and I did everything else. And on the side, I was also selling 5 to 10 homes a year. And you can see in 2020, I decided very smart before COVID hit, not knowing. February 1st, I decided I'm going to go full time. I'm going to leave my salary. Tina pushed me out of my position. And then I was at home with a 3-year-old working on that and trying to grow a business and learn scripts. I love scripts, kind of, but that was really hard for me to get uncomfortable. So in 2020, in the pandemic, I sold 25 units for 11 million. Next year, I was like, you know what does a top producer make? And so I asked Tina, I was like, what does a top producer make? I don't even know. And she said 20 million. So I'm like, okay, that's my goal. So I ended up doing 40 units. I think I did 21.4 million, and I hit that. And it was exciting, but I needed to prove myself. But then I was like, well, what's next? Like, the number didn't do it for me. I felt very secure in like what I was making. So you can see kind of in 2022, I went down in units. My volume went up, right? My price per transaction went up because of our team and because we were scaling and using Zillow and some of these other things. And we work in a really solid area of Cary and Raleigh, and that's where I focus my business. So I was able to do less units and still keep my volume up. And same thing, 2023, a little bit less units. I was still in a good position, but you can see there was only $1 million difference in 29 units versus 24 because of our team. That was exciting for me. So again, I sat there and I thought, what are the reasons that agents don't join teams? And how can I help transition them to thinking about it as a platform and not what you're giving up? So I found the 3 things that agents, why they don't join teams is splits, right? They think they're giving up too much. Self-identity. I want to be on the side. I want to grow something for myself. I feel like I'm kind of taking a step back or failing because I'm not the one in charge. I'm on a team. And then ownership, right? You go through the transaction, you're an individual agent, you might join a team, and then the next step is ownership. You want to be the owner. You want to teach people. You want to have 2, 3, 4, 5 agents on your team, and also have an admin staff and feel like this is mine and I own it. So I want to challenge those 3 reasons they don't join. So one of the things is, it's funny, me being on a team and talking about this, because I always tell team leaders, because I feel like I helped grow this business and I do feel like it's my own. And when I talk about it, I say we a lot because I feel like it's mine. But agents, if they're coming for splits, they're leaving for splits. If they're not bought into the team, if they don't see the value in the culture and all the things that are provided, they're going to leave just because they feel like they're giving up too much. A mindset shift I had is that our agents own 50% of the business. That took Tina and Kevin and, one of their admins. It took them 14 years to build this business, and we're sharing in 50% of the revenue that they're bringing in by the transactions we create. On our team, we talk about money. We don't make it this stigma. We talk about like, what is your price per transaction? What should be going to your taxes? Like, you need to talk about money and not hide it under the rug. And I feel like that's elevated a lot of agents to feel that they're an entrepreneur versus working for someone else. Have you elevated your price point by collaborating with a team? So I think, there are a lot of people that go, I can't break, 50 grand. I can't break 75 or 100. I'm just stuck here. Well, our average price point is over 500,000. So it's like, how could being on a team, if your average price point is 250, how could you maybe have to do a few more transactions, but elevate your price point to 500 to 700? I mean, we're getting calls from Zillow saying, can you come show me this house for 1.3 million? I'd like to turn that faucet on and off and have people call me that are looking for that price point property. And something, we do this during our Empower conference, and we've got Anna, who runs a team of 24 people, Tina, Allison, Amber. They're all running these large teams of between 5 and 50 people. Could my split actually be higher because of the proximity to the person that I'm around? So Tina is one of the top agents in the country. So if, let's say, I'm on a 50-50 split, could my split actually be 75%? Because the knowledge that I'm getting from her and what I would have to pay her to coach me would basically cost thousands a year. So is my split 75 and I'm just paying for it in my transaction fees? One of the things I love about our team is the low risk and the high yield. I don't have risk. If my seller doesn't sell and we've staged the property or we've done something to the property, I don't have to take that risk on. I don't have to take that money. Sorry, Tina. She's taking that on for me.
It better
But
sell.
it's the cost of doing business, right?
Exactly.
But now I don't have that on my shoulders. Unfortunately, it's on hers. And that's why we run a larger team. I always think about agents that are leaving the business that just can't make it. And they're like just so hard on that ego. I can't join a team because I'm taking a step back. And that's why I feel like, being on a team could be the best place for them. So self-identity is a big thing. I think, again, it goes back to that ego thing. Am I the brand? Is it my picture on it? I'm here to tell you that you can run your business with your pictures, with your social media. You can have a Facebook page that has you and transition it to the team that you're on, whether it's Caul Group, Caul Real Estate Group, whoever it is that you're working for, you can be your own brand. And it's the team leaders that need to really make sure that they're leveraging you and letting you be who you are so that you stay on the team. Because there's so many things about the team that I love, with our admin staff, all the marketing materials. I don't have to pay for any of that. And I can use that in my business, and just who cares if my name is on the sign?
Real quick, I'll interject. Not
Yeah.
only pay for it, but to have the time and capacity to have to sit down and think about it, which takes time, right? You're paying for it, not only in time to curate all these different things in your business. You're not really thinking about anything other than let me go service my customers.
Yeah, it is. It's just, again, I call it plug and play all the time. I show up at the meetings. I, talk to the people on the team that I love, and I don't have to worry about all those things in the background. I can give input. And that's one of the top things that I think why people leave is because they feel like they're not heard. As a team member, I just want to be heard. I want you to listen to my ideas. I want to give ideas. I want to change things because I feel like I'm a part owner. But I think it is different because you've allowed us to feel that way. I think some team leaders are like, you're working for me and I'm leveraging you because I'm busy. And that's what it feels like. Here, it feels like you're an owner and you want us to feel like owners.
Or because I coach a lot of team leaders, they'll say, well, these agents aren't selling enough homes. I need to make this much money. I need to. And I always tell you guys, I don't have to have this team. I get to, and it's not something that I need to survive, but it's been so fun. And because I'm detached to the outcome, I can lead that way. And you guys are detached from the outcome and you can lead that way. And it gives that flexibility and freedom. And it's more fun.
It is more fun. It feels like basically this is something that was a mindset shift for me too this year. It's like, I'm just plugged into a platform. Like I'm plugged into EXP, I'm plugged into our team, which is a platform. And it's basically a lead-based platform that gives me all the, transactional things I need, like the staff and the support on the back end, the gifts we give our clients, the past client events. Like I'm just plugged into a new platform where I'm paying on the back end. I'm not paying up front. So I'm paying that 50% or 60, whatever my split is, I'm paying it during my transactions, but I'm using all of the things up front.
And think about too, the team leaders that I coach, they're paying $4,000 a month for 30-minute sessions once a week. That $4,000 a month, that's $48,000 a year. Granted, you and I are not sitting down for an hour a week or whatever. I mean, you get my ear whenever you need it, but it's curating that whole experience to make sure that we're bringing the right coaching, the right training, the right opportunity, the right mindset. All of that really is part of it. And you get it. And a lot of people don't. And that's why I love the program that you put together, because it is a paradigm shift.
Yeah, it is. I think everything is about perspective in every transaction, of an appraisal coming low, of an inspection coming in bad. Everything is perspective. So if you're just you're only one-sided and you can't see past it, that's what I'm trying to open up, that there is another way, and stop thinking about what you're giving up, because you're giving up some of your split, but you're not giving it up front. So that might get you through the next months in this business where it's going to be a little more difficult, and we're going to need scripting and practice and leverage and what our team offers, being the number one team and number two team in the entire country. Like, how do we leverage? We're the number two team in the entire country for EXP. How could that leverage your business here to use that when you're going out on appointments to try to get those, versus just being a single agent or a team leader who's like, you know what, I might be done with this. Again, the next step is to own your own team or to own your own brokerage. And I'm here to tell you, you can do that, and you can just do it in a different way. I feel like I have my own business going. I mean, I've built my business to where it's mostly referrals and, team leads, but I don't have to be on Zillow. If I want to, I could turn that faucet on and off, like I mentioned. But now I get to run an EXP organization of over 140 agents. And I know that's a hard thing. Like, well, what does that actually mean? It just means that I can bring agents like Jody, who's on the screen next to me when I'm in that blue shirt, and Danielle, who is below, who is an individual agent that just came to our team looking for more, looking for culture, looking to grow her business, who just got a $2 million buyer closed. Those are the people that you can impact and bring into our team and leverage what we're doing. And I can bring them to Caul Group, or I could bring them to EXP. Anna and Allison on the left, or, that I'm standing with on the left side of the screen, they are both independent agents that are in my organization that I'm able to plug into and ask how they're doing things and help their agents grow. And I'm able to build this team with zero overhead. I don't have all the overhead Tina has. I don't have to pay, make 20% out of, if it's $1 million, she's making 20%. I don't have any of those costs, that 800,000 on that 20%. I don't have that. I can build this team locally and globally and impact agents, give them all the knowledge that I've had for 9 years, because even doing all those transactions as a transaction coordinator, I've done more deals than almost most agents will do in their entire career. And how do I take my brain and plug it into other people, not just locally, but globally? And that is one thing that has been huge for me, that I'm able to get owner pay and not leave Caul Group. Let my business run itself, let the leads flow, let the leads come in, but also I'm an owner managing 140 agents and plugging into them when I need to. So I don't have to leave the team, but I can still have that ownership. And if I want to have some of the ego to be like, yes, I run this team, I can, but I don't have to leave the lead flow and the community and everything we've built at Caul Group.
Agreed. And that was like the biggest reason for joining the company that we did, because there's always an ascension path. There's always somewhere to grow. And I definitely wanted you guys to do that, and you capitalized on it so well.
And it was just by making a call. I mean, it was someone that I wanted. Anna was one of my first people that has brought 70, 80 people to the brokerage. And I loved talking to her on the phone, and she was so fun. And I'm like, how do I work with her? And in any other platform, I wouldn't have been able to, because I wasn't going to leave Caul Group, and she wasn't going to join Tina's team, because that just wasn't her path. She was an individual agent selling 30 to 40 homes a year. So she could join a team, but she has a lot of sphere, and she grew up in this area. So her business was moving and running. And then she just one day was like, you know what, I guess I'll start a team. Now she has a team of 24 plus her probably over 100 in her EXP. And that was one phone call, because I wanted to work with her side by side. And now we can, but we don't have to merge our businesses together, but we're partners.
Exactly. Which is huge. It's such a huge opportunity.
It's not what you're giving up. It's what you're gaining by joining a team and plugging into this platform.
I love it. Well, you're the epitome of like what I envisioned when we made this shift, because again, I didn't set out to lead. I didn't set out to build a team. The team found me. It was like, I was an agent for 17 years. I woke up one day and I said, oh my God, passion has always fueled my business. And I lost passion for not so much the people, because I love people, but the day-to-day, the sellers, the buyers. I was over it. And I wanted to gift that ability to others and build their careers in real estate. And so I thought, okay, I already have these great 8 or 9 agents long-standing with us. How can we help more people? And I think that's what I've also seen in you, because when we started growing our team, you're very nostalgic and you don't love change. You didn't buck the system and you didn't say, why are we doing this? You went along with it. But to watch you now, you put the life vest on yourself first. You have the money that you need always could use more, but you feel good and you've climbed that first mountain. And when you say what's next, I think you're finally starting to see that when you can be the Sherpa and pull others up the mountain, there's no feeling like somebody calling out your name and saying, thank you, Ashley, for helping me with that listing. Thank you, Ashley, for it. Does it not fill your cup?
Oh, I love it. Coming from abundance and going, I always felt that way from the beginning 8 years ago. I'm not going to hoard a lead. If it's not going to
Right.
work for me and I can't service them properly, I'm going to give them away or say no.
Mhm.
But you still had to build that business. Like you said, it's like you do have to put that life jacket on to go, like, well, you do need some financial stability. But
Mhm.
now that I feel like, maybe for some people, it's not like I'm fully there. I'm not making, 500,000, 600,000, but I'm making enough to where like I want to bring people on deals with me. I want to see them grow. And that's more important to me than having that deal or, having that commission check. I want to see other people build their business and win. And it is a different feeling. So
It is. And your background, when you went to college, you went for sports
management and
management,
marketing.
right?
Mhm.
Management,
Yeah.
marketing, and sports. So you have always been a team leader, a leader that wants to grow people. And now it's like this is such a gift to be on the team and watch you grow and pour back into our people. And that gives me so much joy because I know if it's to be, it's up to we. Like it's not up to me. I
Yeah.
can't be the only one doing it, or we won't have growth. And to watch our team leaders, Jess and Daria, and then they get to count on you guys. It's like everyone's finally rowing in the same direction. No egos, no jealousies. Like it's just a beautiful thing to watch. And that is the proudest thing for me, to have that great culture. We're not trying to step on each other to win.
One up someone. Oh, where did that deal come from? Who cares?
Right,
Like, they just got
right,
a deal, go be happy for them. Like to be able
right.
to bring people in and watch them grow and have success and have more time with their family. It's like, how do we do that? And we all show homes for each other, who needs an open house, who's in the area that can do something. Like when you have that stability and you have that team growth and that mindset, it's just different. And you can see the people that have stayed here because they believe in that and they know that the
Right.
culture and community is more important than what the next check is and that there's always more coming. I don't know, I just have always felt that way.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, you guys are leveraging the team correctly. I'm just so thankful for you and just, that you're a part of my life and I love watching you grow. You have always had that ownership mentality of this team.
yeah,
Obviously, I say no to you all the time and I mean, sometimes I listen to things you say and sometimes I'm like, we'll take that into consideration, but I want to hear, I want to see because you have a different set lens and we need to see that. So thank you for your leadership, your friendship. I appreciate you. And I know that this is going to inspire a lot of agents to have a shift in their mentality because we are a volume-based business here. We're not trying to sell 4 homes a year. We want our agents to thrive and live those unreal lives that they deserve.
they do. They deserve it. And they need to come try it out. If it's not for you, there's
Yeah,
a way back out to where you came from.
that's right.
Like,
The door
just
goes both
life.
ways.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it could make such a huge impact on you and change your life. And it's like, who else could you bring on to go, oh my God, I was struggling. I was in this deep hole and now I'm not. So that's
Yeah,
what I hope it inspires.
exactly. Well, if you're thinking about team, definitely take a look at ours. Call Ashley, reach out to us. We're always happy to help. So see you later.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.